Hello everyone, this is H2TechVideos. I am guest starring. My name is RICKY, the Android guy. Today we're doing a video comparison on the Asus Transformer Prime and the Samsung Galaxy Tablet 10.1. Now, this is really a before and after kind of video because the Samsung Galaxy Tablet has been the best-selling Android tablet that is 10 inches on the market for a while now. The Asus Transformer Prime is the current one that everyone's kind of talking about. So the number one question is, well, which one do I get now? So they both run in at 10.1 inches. First thing we'll note, since we're showing it, is the back. The back materials are definitely different. This one is a nice shiny aluminum, which gives it a nice crisscross effect. But one thing I definitely don't like about it is you can definitely notice a lot of fingerprints and scratches. I mean, we've only had this one for a week and yet we can already see some stuff on there. Whereas the Samsung Galaxy Tab backing is a plastic, but it's coated very nicely to have a nice grip, as well as it repels dust and fingerprints. So it's definitely nice for that. In terms of cameras right here, you have an 8 megapixel on the Asus Transformer Prime with LED, whereas Samsung has only a 3 megapixel with LED. Now, most people don't go around just shooting all over the place with their tablet camera, but if you do want to take it, I've already said before, the Asus Transformer Prime does have the best camera right now in tablets. Now, in terms of size, you can definitely see in thinness, it's only a slight difference, but the Samsung Galaxy tablet is going to be slightly thinner than the Transformer Prime. Now we're talking millimeters here, so it's not dramatic, but it is thinner, as well as I already said, it's definitely lighter in comparison to it. The Transformer Prime has a little bit of weight to it, which again is a preference. If you like lighter, definitely the Samsung is the only tablet that you should consider. As where the Transformer Prime definitely has the bit more weight to it. Now, this video comparison is going to be a lot different from anyone you could see online besides our show, simply because they'll compare the Transformer Prime and the Samsung Galaxy tablet as they are right now. However, I've actually rooted this tablet to have Android 4.0 on it to make a more direct comparison on how they are. So these do both have Android 4.0, which you can actually, do the swipe gestures as we've done and shown on our previous video. So, first thing, screen comparison. In screen comparison, one thing to note, the Asus Transformer Prime's bezel is a little bit bigger, so even though it actually looks like it might be a bigger screen, it's actually just the bezel is pretty huge on this tablet in comparison to the stock bezel that most tablets have. Bezel is this black line around your tablet. That's a technical name for it, bezel. Just FYI. Now, in screen comparisons, they both are really bright, but definitely the screen just has to go to the Samsung Galaxy tablet. The colors are just much more vibrant, stand out a lot more in comparison to when compared side by side. I mean, this blue is definitely just popping compared to this blue. They both are the only tablets, actually, to note that you can see outside clearly. The Asus has the IPS Plus screen, which makes it just very bright. If you turn it down, it's fine for indoors, but when you turn it to that IPS Plus, it just makes it really easy to see outside. The Samsung Galaxy tablet just has a brightness setting which just really stands out, so you can actually just make it really bright in general. You can always do auto, but definitely just the best way is always keep it at its brightest and it'll stand out. Now, definitely viewing angles. They both have really nice viewing angles. Even if you turn to the side, you can definitely see either tablet from extreme viewing angles, which is really nice. Now, so screen overall would go to the Samsung. If you want the best screen on the market, I would still say it's going to be the Samsung Galaxy tablet. Not that the Asus IPS Plus is any slouch, but it's going to be the better screen, which Samsung makes the best screens right now in the market anyway, so it's only fitting. Now, connections. Connections is pretty simple on the Samsung Galaxy tablet. You don't have any. you have a bottom, which is a proprietary connection, which can be used for adapters to, have an adapter for different parts that Samsung has available for their accessories, but nothing built in. It is adapterless. As while the Asus Transformer, you do have two connections on the side. You have the micro HDMI, which you do have to buy an adapter. Obviously, you're not going to just have a micro HDMI lying around your house. So you do have to purchase the adapter, but it's an easy way to connect it directly to the TV. As well as you have a micro HDMI port, so you can add on storage. And this is one thing that no matter what adapter you get for the Samsung, you cannot add on storage directly without carrying something around. So in terms of connections for built-in, it definitely goes to the Asus Prime. However, there is another section of connections. How about how cheap is it to get connections? Well, actually, this would go to the Samsung. With Samsung, you can actually get a USB adapter for about 20 bucks and a HDMI adapter for about 40 bucks. So you're spending a total of about 160 bucks. I mean, 60 bucks to get both. Whereas the Asus Transformer Prime, the only way to add on more connections is the keyboard dock at this point. For that, it's going to cost you 150 bucks. Now, obviously, the keyboard dock gives you a battery and other things like that, but it's going to be one really important thing to note in terms of accessories that Samsung Galaxy will cost you less on accessories, and to be honest, they just have more accessories available. They have cases, they have Bluetooth keyboard cases even, so it kind of takes that away. For the Asus Transformer Prime has a proprietary keyboard, but you can get a Bluetooth keyboard case made for the Samsung Galaxy tablet. So in terms of accessories, you'll find more available for the Samsung Galaxy Tab, and one of the reasons is obviously that the Samsung Galaxy Tab has just been around for a longer period of time. Now, in terms of speed is going to be easy. This is a quad-core processor, meaning that it has four-stage processor would be the easiest way to describe it, compared to a two processors built in. So just an easy way to show it is transitions. The Samsung Galaxy tablet, let's go to this one because it's a bigger noticeable one. You'll definitely notice that it takes a little bit longer when comparison to show between the transitions here are almost instantaneous, whereas transition there takes kind of a second to move up. Now again, I did this both on Android 4.0, so you can see the difference of how it will be, because the Samsung Galaxy tablet will get Android 4.0 within the upcoming months, whereas Asus Transformer Prime has it now. But just to show you a side-by-side comparison, it is currently faster on Android 4.0 than the Samsung Galaxy tablet. So on the same operating system, it speed-wise definitely has to go to the Asus Prime, and it's simply because it is the quad-core processor, so it's going to be faster overall. As well, even movement between the screens, the Asus Transformer Prime is moving faster than the Samsung Galaxy tablet right now, even though this has a live wallpaper which is taking more out of the processor, and yet it's still faster. So definitely speed overall will be going to the Asus Transformer Prime. Lastly, battery life. Battery life is actually pretty comparable on both. On average, video playback lasts about 8 hours on either device, and standard battery life will be about 10 hours on each device. So very long-lasting battery on both of them. I personally have used the Samsung Galaxy tablet for over a day and just been fine. The Transformer Prime in our test have been really just definitely pleasant battery life. But of course, the one thing you can add on to this to even give it a longer battery life would be the keyboard dock, which will make it an 18-hour battery life. So definitely important to note, especially since the keyboard dock gives this tablet an on-the-go battery charger. You can actually take the tablet with you for the day, charge the keyboard while you're out, and then just connect it to the keyboard and go again. While you're walking, it will be charging, which is pretty impressive and just a very nice feature. So, out of the two tablets, which one is the one to get? To be honest, either one you leave with would be a great choice. They still are really well made tablets. At this point though, on the market, the winner would definitely have to be the Asus Transformer Prime. It's just newer and it has just a lot of new things, like the IPS Plus screen, which is still very well and really bright, as well as you can't just beat the quad-core processor. The quad-core processor on here is much faster than the Samsung Galaxy tablet processor, which is a dual-core, and it just is definitely noticeable. So if you want the smoothest, kind of newest experience, it definitely has to go to the Asus Prime. Now, if you have any other questions, please feel free to ask us on the bottom if there's anything we didn't answer. Don't hesitate to visit our channel, H2TechVideos, and thank you for your time. This has been RICKY, the Android Guy.